When I Listen Very Carefully, June 3rd, 2015. Last evening, I heard so many sounds coming through the open kitchen window at 10:40 that I decided to get my phone and record the sounds for my Facebook friends. When I first stepped out onto the porch, everything went quiet, but I walked as quietly as I could to the edge of the beaver pond, paused for a minute or two, and the sounds came back. There was just enough light in the sky to show the outline of the spruce branches, and then I let my phone record the sounds. The frogs, birds, and coyotes seemed happy to oblige, and there were some sounds I did not recognize. Once I posted the video, the comments and likes started almost immediately. Since yesterday was a fairly long day for me, I fell asleep without too many problems. Before long, it was 5 a.m., and I was wide awake. As I glanced out the window to do part of my morning weather report, I saw a very colorful cloud, so I grabbed my phone and headed outside. The early morning sunrise was a beauty. I caught a couple of good photos and posted those. Comments started on those rather quickly. I enjoyed a leisurely breakfast of sausages and eggs and a cup of hot water. Soon I donned my coveralls and was outside splitting the load of firewood which Clint and Michelle Bowman had delivered. It took almost an hour, but it's not hard work, as I use a hydraulic wood splitter. Since it is camp day at Tim Hortons, I load a few items that will be donated for the silent auction. Off I go, with Tim's as my first stop of the day. After helping Carrie set up these items, I decide to add a copy of my book, Come Walk With Me, to the items on the auction tables. Interestingly, a few of the senior ladies enjoying their weekly meeting over coffee see me carrying one of my books, and I end up selling 3 books within 5 minutes. Soon Carrie Jacobo sits at my table, and I sell her a book, and also one to her sister Helen. These 5 sales are totally unexpected. I head back out to my truck and get a message from Janet Murphy. She's sorry she missed me yesterday, but would like to buy my book today. We decide I should wait at Tim's and she will come pick up the book. When Janet pays me for her book, she asks if I've heard of the single mom who has to buy some corrective appliances for her kids, and these appliances are not covered by Alberta Healthcare. She fills me in on the details, and I know what I'll be doing with some of my unexpected book money, but this will happen a bit later. I have another couple of books to drop off, then I get a strange feeling that I should deliver Dr. Joey Robinson's book to the health clinic. Dr. Joey is my family doctor. She was also a student in my grade 5 class. I know that I should deliver it in person another time, but the feeling persists, so I head on in. As I step inside the door, there is my old friend, the lady from my story, When I Was a Little Girl, I Hated Santa Claus. Book 1, page 78. I asked Doreen how she's feeling, and she replies, not so good. I may have breast or lung cancer. Now I know why I had the feeling to deliver Dr. Joey's book at this moment. A few minutes later, and she would have been gone as she was waiting for a ride. I sit down and we have a chat about her circumstances. She shows me her papers. Within 10 minutes, we've gone over her history, and we start to formulate a plan, just in case she does have cancer. I promise to help her in any way I can, and she promises to call me as soon as she has more information. I run out to the truck and get her a copy of my book, with a sticker marking where I have written her story. She is quite elated. When I leave, I tell her not to worry, that we will work on this together, and it will be all right. She grabs my hand and says, "If you say so, I believe you." My next stop is west of town. I have to deliver a satellite receiver. I do not expect anyone to be at home, as she told me they would not be home until Thursday, but I have a feeling that I should be stopping in today. When I arrive, I am smiling because her car is home. Shirley DeRoche asks me to come in, and lo and behold, I hit the jackpot. Not only is she home, but her 2 daughters, Nikki and Tabitha, are also sitting at the table. I already gave Mom one of my books because her family has suffered some great losses in the past 10 months. I've been pondering how I might be able to meet up with her 2 girls to gift them with my books, but I didn't really have to worry about it. My Lord has made all the arrangements for me, I head back out to the truck, bring in another 2 books, and I feel that I have accomplished his work at this stop today. I am sent on my way with 3 heartfelt hugs. My heart is feeling so good. I head back into town to shake hands, bills inside my palm, with Angie, the single mom who Janet told me about. She has tears in her eyes and gives me a very nice hug. First time I have ever met this lady. My delivery is complete, and I head back to Tim's to keep an eye on the auction items. As soon as I finish lunch, I have to make another book delivery. That's done, and as I'm heading down the road, I see a sign about camping supplies on sale, and I remember the problems my little adopted family was having with their tent when they came out to Knighton to celebrate at the Pay It Forward picnic organized by Vicky Havlin and put on by my Facebook family and friends. The tent poles were breaking, but she still managed to get the tent to stay up, and her family had a fun weekend. I take a photo of a tent, message the photo to her, and ask her if Carrie thinks she can handle it. Of course she can handle it. I purchase the tent and we agree on a meeting time later on. When we do meet, I get the benefit of a couple of big hugs again. Now it's back to Tim's for the final hour, and something tells me to bid on one other item. Not sure what I'll do with that item if I get it, but I don't worry about that. In the meantime, I meet up with a former student, and she gets a coffee and an autographed copy of my book. In turn, I get a couple of huge hugs. What a day this is turning out to be. 4 o'clock rolls around. I pay for my successful auction bids, hop in my truck, and suddenly I have an idea. Not mine. It just pops into my head. I message a new Facebook friend, Lori Michalchuk, and ask her if Angie Hearn enjoys Tim Hortons coffee. Yes, please. She likes an extra large with 4 creams. I pick that up and head back to visit Angie. I totally surprise her with the coffee, and she remarks, "It even has 4 creams." She doesn't know I've been messaging Lori to get more info about her. Yep, I get another hug from her and from Lori. I head back out to the truck, grab the Tim Hortons coffee maker, large can of coffee, and 2 bundles of coffee filters, and go back. While I'm walking toward her, I say, "I know you would never buy this for yourself, so this gift is just for you to enjoy." More tears and more hugs. What can I say? My Lord guided my footsteps. Some spirits needed to be lifted today, and I come home with a heart full of love, gathered from each of my stops. It is my sincere prayer that each of you get the opportunity to feel this kind of love sometime in your life.